You're so helpful, Betty. Oh, you little nugget. Excuse you. Watch out, buddy.
Good morning. I am going to go ahead and do my meal plan with you. So I'm going to do chickpea melts, which are kind of like tuna melts, but uses chickpeas instead. I will link the recipe down below for you. I will note that I make kind of one modification. Rather than obviously using dairy cheese, I make my own cashew cheese so that it is whole food plant-based. And I don't have like a recipe specifically for the cashew cheese that I use. I just throw stuff in a blender. I'm sure there are a ton of recipes online, but essentially all I do is I pour some cashews in a bowl. I pour boiling water over it and let it soak for at least 30 minutes. And then I'll drain that and I add to a blender that with nutritional yeast, some lemon juice. Usually I think like a half a lemon I squeeze into it, or maybe a whole. I can't remember for sure. I kind of just taste and add stuff as I need to, which is why I don't have a recipe. And then salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and then an unsweetened organic almond milk to bring it all together and blend. And so I'll pour that over top of the chickpea melt rather than using a dairy cheese. But other than that, everything will be unmodified. So I'll have, again, that recipe below. And I will try to remember. I honestly have been so bad about the blog. I think I've kind of just let it go at this point. Maybe one of these days I'll pick it back up. But, I have this meal plan on the screen here, and I may just go ahead and add it as a post to my YouTube page. Instead, I've done that before when there was a week when Canva wasn't working right, and I put it out there. And I feel like that is as good of a method as any. So maybe I'll go ahead and do that as well. But that is it for the meal plan for next week. I have a lot of garden stuff kind of coming in. I am getting ready to pick my second cucumber. So, and I have several others that are growing and doing well. So I'm hoping to have like some pickled cucumbers to serve alongside of it. I have a ton of garden lettuce that I'm going to have to get to using because it won't be long and it's going to be bolting. So the week of my birthday, which is the last full week of June, it is going to be up into the 90s, which is exactly what I suspected. And I'm sure by that point, usually our humidity is so high that we'll have heat indices starting to break 100, which is why I did my garden party early, because I knew that if I chose the weekend either before or after my birthday, we were probably flirting with disaster as far as heat is concerned. Um, so when that happens, all of the lettuces and stuff are going to start to bolt. So I really do need to get those used up as well. I have some carrots that I pulled, and I'll have some more probably ready in the near future. So I'm really just hoping to have some garden vegetables to serve alongside it. I'm a little disappointed with the green beans this year because normally I would start harvesting them right about now. By mid-June, my first batch would start, they would start coming in and have just enough to make a batch of green beans. But I have struggled with that garden bed this year, and I know it has to be the soil. So a mistake that I made that I would never make again. And so if you are, planning a raised bed garden, please take note of this. I chose rather than buying bags of garden soil because I needed so many to fill 3 garden beds that I didn't want to have to go to the expense of buying that many bags of soil because it would have been a ridiculous number. Probably would have been like 100 bags of soil to fill everything. So I chose instead to go get just like a tractor bucket load of dirt. We took Logan's truck down there, we threw it all in the truck bed, and that is what we used to fill the garden beds. I filled about half the beds with that and then topped it off with the bagged soil because topsoil has no nutrients whatsoever. And I thought maybe that would just be a good way to fill it inexpensively and then use the good soil on top of it. And that was a mistake because this garden bed that's nearest to me is where I'm putting the green beans this year. And that topsoil, we live in Missouri, so our soil is essentially clay. And that's exactly what has happened. It has rained so much, it has just turned to clay. Like whenever you dig it up, I feel like I could make pottery out of it, to be honest. But I have sown the green beans. So I sowed them 3 times. And I had, out of all 3 sowings, I had 2 green beans actually sprout. That's it. So last week I went and I bought some good potting soil and I dug chunks out of the clay and filled in with the soil in those spots. And then I sowed the green bean seeds into that new soil. So I didn't, replace the entire bed. It's definitely the wrong time of season to be doing that. I already have stuff growing in there. So probably at the end of the season, I will end up removing the soil and adding like good garden soil. But I'm hoping that that will cause the green beans to actually sprout because it will be in good soil. Um, so if we're lucky, I should have some sprouts in the next couple of days, and then maybe in another like 3. So by the 1st of July, maybe early July, I should finally have a crop of green beans that I can start eating. So we will see. But everything else in the garden, honestly, is doing great. This is the best year I've had so far. So with that tree gone in the back, I was able to expand my garden. I have a lot more light back there. I've been fertilizing the heck out of everything. And more importantly than anything else, I have gone absolutely crazy with the companion plants. I've pretty much doubled anything that I've done in the past. And so far, it seems to really be doing the trick, especially around my cucumbers and watermelons. I usually am constantly killing cucumber beetles by this time of year, and I have seen one so far. So I have the entire plant just completely surrounded with marigolds and dill and rosemary and chives and all of the good companion plants, and it really seems to be doing the trick. So next year, I'm going to keep that in mind. And around my pumpkin and acorn squash plants, I don't have any companion plants super close. Like they're nearby, but they're not up against the plant. So next year I will definitely be doing that, and I will just completely surround the entire base of the plant with all of the companion plants because the only issue I'm having so far, I'm sure the squash bugs are on their way. They usually haven't quite found me yet, but I have the squash lady beetles, which are, it's not a ladybug, but it kind of looks similar. It's orange, it's a little bit bigger, and it has black spots on it, and it has been into my pumpkin plant, and I've been picking eggs off now, off the vines, and I've been squishing probably about one a day or so. But that's the only pest that I've had issues with so far. But anyhow, I'm going to quit chit chatting because I do need to clock into work. It is 7:31, so I'm about a minute late. But I will close out the vlog by sharing with you. Michael wants to go for a walk down by the river tonight. We live in a river town. Our downtown area is right along the Mississippi River, so they have about a mile-long river walk down there. So we're going to go down there and take a walk tonight. So I will leave you with footage from our walk. And thank you again for sharing your time with me, and I will catch up with you in the next vlog.